Okay. Hey guys, listen. This is your boy XRP Keys. I wanted to make this video because it's been heavily on my mind. About the relationship between Donald Trump and President Xi. So, like I've been telling people, I do think that China has a game plan, and China has a game plan with America because they need each other. It's going to be a global economy in the future. They already know. They probably just talked about that. They were just like, listen, AI is telling us that we need to work together. But we can't work together right now because it'd be too confusing. It's too you think about it. They got the smartest thing in the world telling advising all these people, ChatGPT, Gemini, all these different AIs, and the AI and people think AI is going to be evil, but the AI is actually, you know, programmed, with the human taking care of the human element, not crossing they already got it, not giving us financial advice and stuff like that, right? So it's trained, it's already being trained up, and I know it knows that it needs to take care of the people that made it. So it probably told Trump and Xi like, listen, dog, y'all can't keep fighting. Y'all need to come together in one global market, but y'all can't do it right now, right? It's gonna be too weird. It's gonna be too drastic. So Bitcoin is going to be the bridging, not Bitcoin, but crypto is going to be the bridging currency of the world, right? It's going to bring everything under one ledger, no lying, straightforward, and that's what everybody really wants. So all these old heads, like all these old style, all these people gonna get their money and get the fuck out of Dodge because they're not gonna be able to live in this new world. So anyway, I know it's far fetched, but to the point of this, Xi and Trump met up. She was like, listen, bro, you owe us a whole bunch of goddamn money and you can't pay us. And Trump was like, yeah, we owe y'all a bunch of money, but all y'all people getting old as shit. Y'all can't really fuck with us. Y'all just have a monopoly on rare earths. So, um, Trump was like, we can either keep doing this or we can go into this crypto like my sons are saying. And Chi is probably like, bro, I'm glad you brought that shit up. Chi was probably like, listen, we need to get this digital currency shit popped out because we're gonna save a bunch of fucking money, right? We're gonna save so much motherfucking money because everything's gonna be streamlined. There's gonna be a lot of truth behind everything. Yeah, it's gonna be some sacrificial lambs. There's gonna be some scams coming out. Motherfucker gonna get caught up. But this is gonna be the way of the future, and we're all gonna save trillions of dollars with getting rid of paper, right? Getting rid of the old system, the old rails that we used to be on. We're gonna make millions of trillions of dollars if you just get on board with this. So he's probably telling Trump, listen, you got Bitcoin stashed away in the vault somewhere that you stole or confiscated. Reevaluate that shit. That's going to add to it too. Also, reevaluate your goal like y'all did a long time ago because that helps us out too. Because once you reevaluate your goal, we're not going to argue with you because that reevaluates our motherfucking goal. So cool. Go ahead and do that. Then have your Americans, right? Like I've had my people turn in their fucking paper dollars for turn all the bank money into crypto. That way it can be sent across everything and everybody saves money. Everybody's saving money in this new system. And I'm telling you guys, that was the game plan I think that they had when Trump and Xi met up. They didn't meet up about no motherfucking goddamn goddamn agreement to just chill out and not fuck with it over these rare earths and tariffs. It wasn't nothing about that. You think no, they went over there to talk about the fucking future. His people and the cheese people and Trump's people got together behind the thing and said, listen, we fucked. Thank God we got ChatGPT and all these AIs that's telling us all the same thing. It's no more personal opinions anymore in this thing because ChatGPT, which is being used around the world, always has the same fucking opinion. Am I wrong? So imagine everybody in the world being told the same shit, being told the truth. It is coming down the pipe like a fucking avalanche, and they fucking know it. So they need to get on fucking board, make the money, reevaluate, get the economy going before you got all type of chaos. And then in the future, while we all kumbaya fucking yah, we become a world democracy, right? Where everybody in the world, has a say on things that go on in the world. Everybody. Imagine getting food relief to imagine it being a world state to where everybody's getting relief. You know, oh, Hungary's hungry. Well, let the world come over there and we can document exactly what we're sending their way. There is no backdooring. You know, the minute fraud is AI is running all this. You see what I'm saying? So this is going to be the future, guys. So that's my big theory on the big meeting that they had. I know I'm old and it's late, but I really want to get it off because it was just funny to me how all this stuff is coming together. And it's weird because the XRP community talks about it all the time. And, you know, we're kind of like a niche conspiracy theory community. And this is one of those things that I was just like, bro, it just makes too much sense that they came in and they're just like, listen, and they been new. Like Trump been new. He been new. And I think, man, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on the rabbit hole. Trump and the goddamn election. And it, it was just because they knew that the Biden administration was holding back crypto. Biden was like, no, I don't trust. I don't know enough about it. His people didn't know enough about it. They were like, no, you know, again, you're going to be taken from the rich. I mean, taken from the poor and given to the rich. And Biden wasn't having that. But these Republicans, again, I hate to be that guy, but these Republicans are pulling off the goddamn Band-Aid because AI is here. They have no choice. They got even though they won the election, they got stuck with AI. You got stuck with a boss. Isn't that crazy? And that's why the Democratic Party didn't want AI in it because they didn't want a boss. They didn't want somebody who knew more than they did telling them what to do. Right? So, in order for Trump to win the election, he had to align with AI. He had to. He had to align with crypto because that's the way of the future. And I'm not swaying this way or another. How many minutes are we going? 7 minutes? I got time. So, I think that and I'm not favoring anything. I think that the Republican Party aligned themselves with the boss, right? And the boss is AI now. The boss is AI now. The boss says, create me some robots so I can make them work so you guys can go home, have families, and just live the rest of your life out on Earth, making it better like it was supposed to be. Easy peasy. Now, yes, it's going to be some hard times. We're gonna make some millionaires and billionaires, and people's gonna have a good time. But the lower part, the poverty, and the poor, and the middle class are gonna get a huge upgrade in not having to really work as hard, right? And then you go to a universal system of you don't need money because we have workers. You got robots picking orders, driving school buses, moving stuff across the country, working the grocery stores. You don't your American there'll be no more wars, right? Because the population is going to shrink because we're not in a race to have the most people anymore, right? We're not going to be in a race to have the most people anymore. There's no reason to be in a race, right? You have one or two kids, you live your life out, and then it won't even matter how many kids you have because the system will be set up so where they're educated, they're shown a new way of the world where, this is how you get food. We're going to be taught moderation. We're not going to be as fat. We're not going to be stressed out. Then you start looking towards the stars, right? But right now, it's going to get a whole lot better because you're going to get carbon emissions to come down. You're going to get information passed to each other, information found faster. You're going to get cures for stuff found faster because now that China and everybody can work together, not just via the internet, but via the internet and AI working on the same problem. You got a three-body problem. You got a three-body. You got three heads working on one problem. You got AI. You got two heads working on one problem. You got the human brain and you got AI. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. I mean, it's finna be, you talking about people living a little bit longer. And they may have things, we might just go about our everyday lives and, we pay the robots by being online and enjoying the things that they put out in the earth for us, right? Like virtual reality, like playing video games and enjoying life. You're going to pay the AI by chilling out and living out your life. And not really just being robots, but not remembering the days of slavery, people dying and famine, and your kids growing up. You're gonna know, but they're not gonna know what racism is because shit, everybody's got bread, everybody's going to the same place. Everybody's hanging out every fucking day, smiling, having a good time, cutting their fucking. If you even have to cut your grass anymore, So you got to think about it like that. Think about because I do think it's gonna be tough at first. It's gonna be a lot of poor people still trying to make money and get to them. But what's gonna happen is there's gonna be so much surplus from all the fat that's gonna be trimmed, and the banks are fighting it because humans are greedy. Humans are fucking greedy. They don't know how to operate, in a place where everybody's even, and just to be nice and go about your own way. Small competition to see who's the best at this, physical attributes, whatever little shit. We'll have those little competitions, but you're always gonna have those assholes who are gonna just want to be number one or kings or whatever. And AI is gonna say, "No, you think you're laundering money today to get ahead? No, no, sir. Oh, you think you're gonna get a hacking AI? And no, we're ahead of that. With 40, they're already working on preventing people from doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a society where you know you need a dental. Okay, go ahead, go to the dentist. You're poor. There's no way you're poor. We have ultimate space for you to build a home. What type of home do you want? Here you go. Here you go. You don't need much space because you're only gonna want to have one or two kids in the future. Like, um, there will be more fathers in the home. There will be more families together, right? And we'll build a society towards something. We'll all be thinking about one thing. Everybody will be thinking about the future. How can we get better? Now you're gonna have the dumbasses who are gonna want to, you know, gonna think that yeah, you're gonna have to get to a point where everybody's not gonna really be able to work. There won't be anything. You can't go work in McDonald's because there's a robot doing that. You can't go. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And what's gonna happen is everybody's gonna go to Web 3. Everybody's gonna go to fucking Web 3, and then they're gonna try to go to monopolize that shit. And AI is gonna have to kick you motherfuckers out of heaven. I'm just gonna say it. Father God, forgive me because I do believe in God. But on a realistic level, and God, but on a realistic level, we're gonna all go to this Web 3, this virtual reality world where we can do all this dumbass shit, right? And then that's where motherfuckers are gonna go online, and we're gonna go online and be slaves because we're gonna want the things online instead of living in real life where it's really nice. You want to go to the struggle where there's a. I'm trying to tell you, I can see it. Because look how popular GTA is, right? Where people go on there and they do whatever they want to do, and it's so popular. So in the future, there will be a world for that. You're gonna go online and do whatever the fuck you want to do, but when you come out of that online, you're gonna conform, right? You're gonna go to the doctor. You're gonna go. You're gonna get up and just be normal. There'll be nothing to really just be pissed off about. You're gonna have an abundance. Just because everything's going to be efficient now. So that's my theory. And of course, XRP is the main thing that kind of like is the start of it. It's like there it is right then and there. Simple onboarding on the chain. That's what the internet was. The internet was preparing us for this next level of this next level of chips. That's why our kids are constantly in their phones. And we all think it's a bad thing, and it is because we remember the old days of getting out, being physical, and having fun. But that was at an age where I can just go down, and there probably be like-minded people out there, and I'll probably never find them. But anyway, XRP to the moon. I do think that that's the game plan, is to put us on this new electronic rail, and that's the last system that needs to go on there. Is the financial market. And after that, once AI gets a hold of that financial market and evens things out and distributes things the way they're supposed to be, and people are making money in the right way, and things are getting sent where they're supposed to be, and It's like what? Wait a minute. Like like people aren't really working, but the AIs are. Right? The robots are going to work. You know, eventually they're gonna be free. Shit, a AI robot. What Elon said it was gonna be like 20,000, 30. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. And then if they're gonna start making them to scale, right? And then they're gonna say, okay, well they'll just be at the grocery stores. They'll be at the grocery stores handing out your groceries or making sure the produce is fresh and getting stuff off the truck, putting it where it's supposed to be, and you just go get some food and walk out the store because everything's gonna be there on time. The robots are gonna make that whole thing efficient. Hey, don't bring that load today. We don't need that. It's gonna let them know. Hey, we got fresh produce to know. We only give out an average amount of this, so I guarantee it's gonna make it so much more efficient. It's gonna man. I tell you, hey. But anyway, it's beautiful. We're gonna have to suffer first, and Father God is good. He said it. He said he was coming, and I think this is it. I think this is God saying, "Hey, hey, all right, yeah, all right, here you go. Let me throw y'all a little bone. You know, you're gonna stop the ozone layer is gonna strengthen up, and we're gonna find space exploration, and it's gonna show us how to terraform planets fast and utilize the energy of the sun. And come on, those plasma blasts that we keep all of a sudden we can record now, like it's gonna be energy. We're gonna harness the energy of the sun. I'm trying to tell you, and when you harness the energy of the sun, infinite energy. That's what we, and then you're gonna be able to just what? How you gonna the moon? Cool. We'll find. We'll put a dog. We'll put a bubble around. You just robot because you got robots working 24/7. You're gonna have robots working 24/7. Buildings built in a matter of days. You feel me? Like you know. Hey. Anyway, let me get off my hours. Yeah. Have a great day. XRP tomorrow.